Are you one of those people that just feeling stuck and like life is just life and just passing you by? You're not doing the things that you want to do. You feel a little bit indecisive about exactly what you want to do. If so, then keep watching this video, because I can tell you, I can relate to where you coming from. I used to be one of those people who just didn't know who I was. In this video, I'm gonna give you 5 ideas to starting the process to getting to know yourself and to discovering who you are. I feel like when you're aware of who you are, it kind of flows better for you because you know what you want and you know what you're going after. When you don't know, it's like you're just on autopilot and you're trying to figure some things out mentally and you just don't know. And I think that's where the confusion and the overwhelming come from, of just not knowing. I will briefly explain and give you a couple examples of what I mean by each one. Stick around to the end of the video. I saved the best one for last. Okay, so number 1, sit, think, and ask yourself some questions, and most and foremost, keep it real with yourself. Nobody else is around. Nobody is going to hear these answers. Nobody is going to know, what you're even trying to figure out about yourself. Don't try to convince yourself of other things. Just be real with what's real. And here are a few questions. If you see me looking down, I got my notes right here. What cycles am I steady running into and why? The purpose of this question is to really be real with yourself and learn, what am I doing wrong? Like, what am I not doing to prevent myself to keep going in a 360? It can be that you don't pay attention to red flags, or you want things how you may want things, or you try to convince yourself mentally that this is good for you when you know it isn't. I mean, there's numerous things, but like I say, the most important, keep it real with yourself. Then we got, how are you feeling? And why are you feeling this way? When situations occur, or when situations have occurred, how did they make you feel? And why were you feeling that way? Is it because, you wasn't standing up for yourself, or because you feel like this person is doing this for me and like I owe them, or because you done got too deep into a situation and you don't know how to really get yourself out of? Ask yourself these questions. The next one is, what are you grateful for? That one's pretty self-explanatory. Then we have, am I living in my true self or living to please others? That's a question that we all need to know. Me, myself, I can say that I was a people pleaser, but I had to learn how to say no. And that's just me being real with myself. I knew it. I knew my issues. Once I wrote them down and once I became aware, things started getting better. And my last question with this one is, what do you fear and why? So that brings me to my number 2, is get to know yourself and physical things to do. And what I mean is, again, sit and ask questions. Create you a routine, like a morning routine, self-love routine, a night routine. Do you some affirmations. I mean, something that gives you that you time. That is very important. When I do my affirmations, I can just tell a difference. It's gonna seem kind of like it's pointless in the beginning, but once you actually get into the rhythm of it, it's like you're really speaking to yourself and you speaking out loud. So subconsciously, your mind is listening to everything that you're putting out there. It's listening. So be aware of that. My next one is meditate. Unclutter your mind, whether you want to go running or doing yoga, doing some exercises, just doing a walk outside. You need to clear your mind, especially from so much negativity. With social media, that's pretty much all that they're putting out there, is the negative aspect of things. So you have to declutter. That's like one of the biggest. As much as you put in so much negative in, you need to put as much positive in. Have some type of balance. Then this brings me to my next one. Read self-development books or self-growth books, or books that, help you advance mentally, even if it's how the mind works, because I really be intrigued on, the whole philosophy of things, of how we think mentally, like changing your perspective, different moods. It's a lot of different things that you can read on to help you start the process of really trying to figure out like how things work and how to get to know yourself. So once you read those books and start expanding your mind, I promise things change. That's where my life started to change, when I started reading those self-development books. And then my last one is do things that make you feel good. I'll handle my business and tackle my to-do list and then enjoy me a guilty pleasure. I mean, just do more of the things that, you know, you enjoy doing. Just take some time out for self. Like the kids, you got to put them to the side. Relationships, you got to put them to the side. Just enjoy you. This is about you. This is about figuring you out. But I ain't going to go too deep. I'm sure you catch my drill. So this brings me to my number 3. What are you interested in that you haven't done before, or that you really haven't put your all into? What are you passionate about? What makes you happy? What are your strengths? What comes to you naturally? And what do you want to be remembered for? Answer those questions. I feel like these are the things that you're supposed to be doing. You got to figure out how to convey this. You have to figure out a way to put this together to really be able to, you know, turn this into something, even if it's just a hobby. This is something that you can turn into because it comes to you naturally, and you love doing it. So it's like, why not try to figure out a way that you can do this every day and make an income off of it? That's how I look at it. It's your passion. Could be your purpose. You know, somebody, especially if somebody like it, or if you helping somebody, or if you bringing some type of value to the people, sounds like a win-win to me. This comes to my number 4. What are your pros and your cons? Things you're good at and things you want to improve. Being on time, procrastinating, working on your attitude, ask and be willing to take criticism. Get some feedback, listen and improve. Take things into consideration even if you don't agree, especially if more than one person telling you the exact same thing. Like, just ask those people that, you know, I guess you could say trust, not just really just so much trust them, but people that you know, contact, or people that you interact with on a daily basis. Ask them, you know, how are you? How's your attitude? Or is there some things that they feel like you can improve at? Just ask. I mean, if you really want to just know yourself and you really want to make some corrections within who you are and just change some things, along with you doing it and being real on your own, ask people. Because sometimes, you know, you just getting other people's feedback can bring something to your mental to make you be like, okay, let me try to change this. I know I have, and it helps me be a better person. That's really my goal in life, is to become better. I want to be a better person than who I was yesterday. I don't like drama. I like peace, but I ain't gonna ramble into all that. This brings me to the very last one, the number 5, the one that I like the best, the ones that I use more so on a daily basis, and that is do some shadow work, or some self-reflection, I'm gonna call it. Shadow work is not evil. Shadow, I don't know where they get that whole thing from. Only thing it's telling you to do is self-reflect. Go back in your past. Try to remember things that may be triggers for you, etc. But figure out your past traumas. Understand why you do and behave in certain ways. Get out of pity parties. Work on finding solutions. Life is still gonna go. Realize you holding yourself up. Own up and take accountability for your actions. I've gotten to the point to where I'm stopped blaming people and I'm trying to figure out solutions on my behalf, or how I could have handled situations better. Most people want to play the blame game. So versus you playing the game, you just automatically put yourself in perspective to try to change mentally of how I could have did things better and possibly got a different, you know, outcome of the situation. Because when people holler, the only reaction you can do is holler with them. Or people get angry, you know, everything just kind of comes back. So I always try to step away from the situation, and versus just blaming them, just trying to see how I can handle things differently. Or if you blame them, you know, get those emotions out, you get it out, and you just pretty much change the channel. It's to the point to where you just got to accept it. It didn't happen. Now it's spilled milk again. You got to just wipe that shit up and keep going. This train is gonna keep on rolling. You can waddle in pity, or you can move forward and bring more peace into your life. I'm all about peace. I don't know about you. That's me. So this about sums up the video. Hopefully you take some of these ideas and apply them and really try to, get on your journey in self-discovery. We just trying to figure out who we are. And like I say, when we are aware, things just flow better. You just make those changes and adjustments to become a better person and have a better life. So that's where I feel like life starts happening, when we take control and when we know who we are, what we want, and where we want to go. I hope y'all enjoyed this. Leave me some feedback in the comments if you want more of this. Y'all be blessed.